clear. And type it in the chat. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear before we take the session away. Okay, loud and clear, loud and clear. Thank you very much. So you're welcome to today's session. My name is Muhammad Suleiman, and I'll be your host for today's session. And I'm super duper excited for what I have prepared for us today. Okay, I'm super duper excited for what we have prepared for you today. So, how many of us know exactly what we're going to do in today's session? If you know what we are going to do in today's session, type it in the chat. I want to know. Okay, and also let me know why you are here. Why are you here? Why did you join today's session? 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 Type it in the chat. I'd love to see your responses. All right, I'd love to see your responses. I'd love to see your responses. To learn something new, fantastic. To learn something new. Patrick said to learn something new. Is the only Patrick that's in today's session? To acquire tech skill. Okay, patience. To acquire tech skill. Is the only people that their name starts from P that are answering me? Is the only people that their name starts from P that are answering? To learn how to create a portfolio. Exactly. So that's exactly what I want to hear. All right. To learn how to create a portfolio. That's more specific. Okay. That is more specific. All right. It is more specific. So, and that's exactly what we're going to do in today's session. Okay. What we're going to do in today's session. So, but before we start, I would love to know those who are joining us for the very first time, and those of us who are regular. Okay, confirm we can still hear me, please. Confirm we can still hear me. Okay, okay. Thanks for the thumbs ups. Thank you for the thumbs ups. All right, loud and clear, brilliant. So we're going to get into it, but I'd love to know those of us who are joining us for the very first time. Type first time in the chat if you are joining us for the very first time, and type regular if you have been joining our sessions, in the past. Okay, I would love to know if you are joining us for the very first time, or you are a regular participant. Okay, regular. I can see quite a number of regulars, also a very good number of first timers. Gift says partially regular. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Maybe you've joined our session only once in the past. No issues. Regular is regular. Okay. Regular, first time, second time. Okay, that's still regular. All right. If you're joining us for the second time, that's regular. All right. So that is very brilliant. Now, this is the point where if there is somebody you know, okay, that you think would need a project portfolio ever, you need to send them this link to join today's session. Because today's session, what you learn is something ordinarily people would ask you to pay for to learn. Okay, so but you're going to get it for free today. So what you want to do is share them the link, let them join, so that we can have a very nice time together. Okay, so I'll go ahead and share my screen. So once you can see my screen, I would love you to indicate that you can actually see my screen, and then we can roll the ball. We can roll the ball afterwards to start. Okay, I'm sharing my screen in a few minutes. Once you can see my screen, let me know so we can set the ball rolling. Okay, are we together, guys? Are we together? My communication is not really clear. Is it my language or my voice? Please, everyone, confirm you can hear me loud and clear. That was the first thing I asked, Innocent. Okay, that was the first question I asked before I even said any other thing in today's session. So please, if you can hear me loud and clear, please type loud and clear in the chat box. All right, so quite a number of people can hear me loud and clear. Innocent, you need to check your network. Check your network. Uh, Almost every other person can hear me loud and clear. Okay, thank you very much for the confirmation once again, guys. All right. Um, okay, so what we are going to be doing today is we're going to build a stunning portfolio to attack tech, to attract, not to attack, to attract and not to attack, so, but to attract, tech recruiters. All right. Indeed, there is no, it's no longer a story, a new story that certificates in the tech world do not get you the job, but portfolios will get you the job. Okay, if not, explain to me how somebody who is starting their tech journey newly, has no experience prior, no prior certificate, but goes on to get a tech job. That only happens when such a person can showcase their skills to recruiters. Okay. Fusho is saying can't see your screen. All right. So if you can see my screen, please type I can see your screen. So Fusho knows that it's a particular reason to them. So you want to check your network. If you cannot see my screen, um, okay, a lot of people is asking, would this be taught during the course program? I'm not sure what you're asking. Okay, I'm not sure what you're asking, but what we're going to be building today is a portfolio. Okay, so stick around to the end. All your questions will be answered. All right, so yeah, I've not even done anything. You're already asking questions, so uh, just let's calm down. Okay, I can see your screen. All right. I'm already sharing my screen, Valentine. If you can't see my screen, you need to step out of the call and join back, okay? Leave the call and join back, and that way you should be able to see my screen. All right, so let's set the ball rolling, please. Let's set the ball rolling. Okay, let us set the ball rolling. So my name is Mohammed Suleiman, like I said earlier, and I've had the opportunity to rack up about close to a decade of experience in the tech space. And I've had the opportunity to work with top firms like Alfa Romeo, one of Italy's largest luxury car brands based in the US. And I did that remotely from Africa. And I love to say that because a lot of people do not know that you can actually work for tech recruiters that are located abroad. Okay, from the comfort of your room. I've also had the opportunity to help and mentor over 3,000 Africans to make the switch from whatever career path they're coming to tech. And I've also been a LinkedIn data visualization top voice. I myself transitioned into tech. I had my first degree in mechanical engineering, and today I can call myself a successful data analyst and data scientist. Okay, so that's a brief introduction about myself. And for those of us who are joining us for the very first time, Nabiat Analytics is an edtech firm that exists to close a unique gap. So in my experience, especially working abroad, working for international tech recruiters. So I'm sorry about that. So I've had the opportunity to, interact with white folks. Or how did you get into tech? Ask them questions. And one of the unique things that stood out from for 90% of the lot of them that I was able to ask, they had access to premium tech training programs. Okay, as at the time, I was aware that back home in Nigeria, there are so many tech training firms that you find out there. But what's the ingredient I was missing is the premium. So what exactly is premium? All right, and a premium tech training program is a program or a brand that will stand with you till the end. Okay, they must have lifetime offers that would see to it that you get a job in the tech ecosystem. Okay, what we do here at Nebians Analytics is just that, and we help people transition into tech. There are three career paths: data analytics, data science, and business analysis. And we do that by bringing on board astute professionals that will work with you on real world projects. Okay, real world projects that will help you to gain that unique experience. So, Innocent, you've been the only one complaining about my voice, my screen. Guys, once again, please confirm you can hear me loud and clear and my voice is not breaking. Okay, if that's the case, then Innocent, your network needs to be checked. Please check your network. All right, if others can hear my voice clearly, then the problem is likely from your end and not my end. Okay, sorry about that. So check the network and let's see if it improves. All right, so thank you very much for that, guys. Let's move along. Let's move along. I'm getting super excited because what we're going to do today, like I said, I'll say it for free and I'll say it anywhere. Anyone else who has this knowledge that I'm going to be giving you today would rather ask you to pay to get the knowledge, but I'm going to give it for free. You're going to create your own project portfolio, all right, today. Okay, now let's go into our roadmap for today. What exactly, or how exactly are we going to go about it? The very first thing we're going to do, sorry about that. The very first thing we're going to do is we're going to build a project portfolio from scratch. All right, we'll build it from scratch. You're going to watch me build it. And even if you can't build yours right away, right now, all right, you'll be able to do that once you get the recording of today's session. Okay, and you would only get the recording of today's session and as well as my slides if and only if you fill out the attendance form. If you do not fill out the attendance form, you would not be getting those resources. So if you know that you'll be able to build it with me now and you want to build yours, let's say tomorrow or in your free time, ensure to fill out the attendance form so that you get access. Okay, so fill it out so you can get that mailed to your inbox directly. So I'm going to build it from scratch and then I'm going to tell you how you should become a tech talent in the year 2025. Okay, I would also move on to talking about our extra layout support. I'll let you know when the attendance is being provided. Okay, I'll let you know when the attendance is being provided. So one of my team members will be posting the attendance in the chat box any minute now. It's gonna come. You see, just keep an eye on the chat box. You're gonna see one of my team members posting the attendance form. Okay, so all right, brilliant. Okay, so if you filled out the attendance previously and you didn't get it, probably you entered the wrong email. Every single time we mail it to your box. So ensure you are filling out the correct details, or send a message to any of our admins in the communities so you can get that sorted out. All right, so at the very end, I'm gonna make a special announcement. Okay, I'll make a special announcement in commemoration of the International Women's Month. Okay, and I'll also be taking questions. Okay, so if you know you're a lady and you're on this call, count yourself very lucky to be here today. All right, count yourself very lucky to be here today? Who is excited? Who is excited to be here? Who is excited to be here? Type me in the chat box if you are excited to be here. Type it in the chat. I want to see. If we are not excited, I think we can just shut the session down. Okay. If you are not excited enough, we could as well just shut the session down. Anyways, okay, quite a number of people. Only 4 people are excited to be here. We are over 100 on the call. How can only 4 people be excited? So type it in the chat. Let me see. Okay, brilliant. Okay, excited. Me, I am. Fantastic. All right. That's good. So anytime now, the attendance will be in the chat box. So you can see the attendance in the chat box now. I would also paste it myself in the chat. So I have put the attendance form in the chat box again. So fill out the attendance so that you don't miss out on any of those goodies. Okay, so there are some goodies that we're going to be dishing out. So I'll make sure you don't miss out, like I said earlier. Now we are getting into it. If you want to get into tech, I believe you are here because you intend getting into tech at some point. Okay, if you ever want to get into tech, you don't need certificates. I'll tell you categorically, you don't need certificates. And go out there and quote me anywhere. Oh, there was this young man I saw, and he mentioned that you actually don't need a certificate to get into tech. So what do you need? You need a portfolio full of projects. Is as simple as that. You need what? A portfolio full of projects. Okay, you need a portfolio full of projects. Now, a portfolio full of projects shows that you've done the work, you have the skills, and recruiters are more confident engaging people like you. All right, unlike others who do not have portfolio, but all they ever showcase is a very fancy certificate. So regardless of whatever cadre, if there's anything like that, a certificate falls under. If you do not have a portfolio of projects and you want to get into tech, it is like you are saying, oh, you want a cow to pass through a needle's eye. All right, and that is practically impossible. So you need and you must have a portfolio of projects. Now, speaking about a portfolio of projects, these are some of our numerous students who have built their portfolios. Okay, some of them who have built their portfolios. I could show you some of them. Let's quickly look at some of them. I'll just click on any one of them. Okay, so this is Oluwaseun. Oluwaseun built his portfolio. All right, and you can see this right here. Okay, yes, I'm still sharing my screen. If you can't see my screen, check your network, please, guys. Check your network, please. I checked my network before entering today's session. All right, so check your own network. Please, guys, confirm you can see my screen again. All right, confirm you can see my screen so that Philip knows that it's their own network and not mine. Brilliant. Thank you very much for that. All right. So this is Oluwaseun's portfolio, and you can see here, view my portfolio. So if I click on this, it takes me to Oluwaseun's portfolio, and you can see this is an end-to-end data analytics project. As you can see right here, these are some projects. All right. So how do you come up with something like this to showcase to a potential recruiter? How do you come up with something like this to show a potential recruiter that, look, this is what I've been able to build? Hey, look at Adachi's portfolio. All right, can you see Adachi's portfolio? Okay, you can see portfolio. You can see some of the projects Adachi has been able to work on so far. All right. So how do you build something like this to showcase that, oh, you have the skills that you see you have? How do you build it? Let's start from scratch. Okay, let's start from scratch. So are you ready to build yours using Google Sites? So we're going to use Google Sites today, and in the next maybe 30 minutes, I'll be building a portfolio from scratch. Okay, and I would want you to follow me as much as you can. Also fill out the attendance form if you have not, so that you can get access to the recordings later on. Okay, so I need to know that you're ready to. Are you ready to build a portfolio? Are you ready to build a portfolio so we can go ahead and build it together? All right, so let's build a portfolio together. So very simple. All you need to do is give me a second. All you need to do is you need to open up a browser. Okay, you need to open up a browser, open up a web browser, open up a web browser. Okay, Google Chrome. You can open up a web browser, preferably Google Chrome. Okay, because that's where you can easily access Google Sites. Okay, open up a browser and search Google Sites. Okay, Google Sites. Okay, search Google Sites, as you can see on my screen. Now, when you search Google Sites, okay, simply click on the very first suggestion right there. Click on the very first suggestion right there, and it's going to bring you to this very fantastic page called Start a New Site. So you see Start a New Site, okay, and you see some templates. All right, you see some templates. So this Google Sites is used to create, you can create website for so many things, including your portfolio. So one of the things that a Google site like this does what it does for you is, apart from being able to showcase your skills, it helps you with personal branding, and it stands you out from the pack. It stands you out from the pack. Okay, it stands you out from the pack. So that is why we're going to be building one together. Okay, we're going to be building one together. Okay, again, I'll say it once again. If you cannot see my screen, check your network, please. All right, so you can step out of the call and join back and see if that works. So I am currently sharing my screen, and you should be able to see it if your network is good enough. All right, so what you want to do is you can actually pick from all these templates, okay, to create your site. If you click on the template gallery, you see even more templates. Okay, you see even more templates. But today we're going to start from scratch. We won't be using any templates. I'll be clicking on blank site. Click on blank site right here, blank site. So click on blank site, and guys, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you have been able to fill out the attendance form. Okay, let me know in the chat if you've been able to fill out the attendance form. Okay, I've pasted it once again in the chat box. All right, so now when you click on blank site, guys, when you click on blank site, you see something like this. Okay, you see something like this. So this is the if you have not, please fill it out. If you haven't filled out the attendance form, please fill it out. Now, what you have in front of you here is your website. Okay, and what you want to do is, the first thing you want to do is you want your website to have pages. Okay, you want your website to have pages. Okay, you want your website to have pages. Are we together? All right, so what you want to do is you want to direct your gaze to the right hand side here. You see insert pages and themes. Insert pages and themes. And this platform is easy to use. Easy to use. In the history of creating websites, okay, Google Site has made it super easy to actually create your own website, hence your own portfolio. So now the first thing, like I said, is you want to click on pages, okay, and you want to determine how many pages your portfolio would have. Now for me, I'm going to have 3 pages. Home page, okay, which is by default. You need a home page, so it is there by default. So I'll add 2 more pages, which would be the so I have the home page already. So I want to have the portfolio page. Okay, I want to have the portfolio page, and I would also have the contact page. All right, so you guys will determine how many pages your own should have. So to add a page, I'll click on this plus button here. Okay, this little plus button here, very easy to use. So click on the plus button, and you can see it turns into new page. So I'll just tap on it, and it pops up new page. Okay, what do I type? Since I already have home page by default, what do I type here? What should I type? I want to check in with you guys to know if you're following. What do I type here, guys? What do I type? Exactly. Thank you very much for that. Portfolio. Okay, somebody said page 2. Yes, it is page 2, but the name is portfolio. So portfolio page. All right, portfolio, and I'll click on done. Okay, and you can see the page right there, and look at it by default. All right, look at it by default. Okay, I want to add another page again, so I'm going to click on this button, and here I'll call it contact page. I'll call it the contact page. I'll hit enter, and that creates another page for me. You could add as many pages as you want. Okay, and as you're creating the pages, you notice that on the top right hand corner you can see all of those pages. You can navigate all of those pages. And one other thing you can also see, okay, one other thing you can also see is this is you building the website on the back end. Now if you want to see a preview, meaning a user version, okay, when you publish the website, how will a user get the link to the website to view? All right, how will a user get the link to the website to view? Okay, this is the button you need to click. Okay, this is preview. So if I click on preview, it's going to load it like a normal web page. All right, it's going to load it like a normal web page, so you see exactly how it's going to show after you have published. All right, so this is how it's going to show on people's screen. So to go out of preview, okay, I'll click on this. I'll click on that X button to take it out. All right, so let's go ahead and do some work here. Let's do some work here. Okay, let's do some work in here. All right, so what I'm going to do here is this is my home page. Okay, and I want my home page to typically talk about myself. This is where I get to introduce myself to a potential recruiter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll edit this. Okay, I'll edit this and type something, a catchphrase. All right, for example, I'm going to assume I am a why are you hiding it? I'm not sure if that question is for me. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not hiding anything. My screen is, I'm building a portfolio. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to type a catchphrase. Okay, I can't see. What if you can't see my screen? Please, I want to mention it one more time. Okay, one more time. Your network needs to be checked. All right, an easy fix is step out of the call and join back, and that should fix it if your network is good. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, my network is good. All right. So what you want to type here is I am a data analyst, okay? And as a business analyst, data scientist, you need something like this as well. Okay, somebody's asking, can a project manager use this? Um, Project management is old school. The new school now is business analysis. So look at becoming a business analyst. All right, so I'm going to type here turning. So I'm going to type here, okay. I'm going to type in here. All right, this is title. I'll just put heading. Okay, I'm going to type in here turning. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, I'm going to type in here turning. I'm not sure what's happening to my keyboard. Okay, into turning data into actionable insights. Okay, turning data into actionable insights. All right, turning data into actionable insights. And you know what? I can highlight it. Okay, I can reduce the font to, let's say, 24. Okay, if 24 is too small, you can increase it to maybe 48. All right, that looks a lot better. I can make it bold. Okay, turning data into actionable insights. I can adjust it this way, so that it fills up the whole, that whole area. All right. So now, what I want to do is I can click on themes here. I can click on themes. Okay, I can click on themes, and themes allows me to select, from all of these versions of themes that I have here. Okay, all of these versions of themes that I have here. All right. Okay. So from here, I can just, I can access font style here and all of that. Okay. But I want to select the vision theme. It's just based on preference, guys. Nothing too special. So when you are building yours, you need to be highly creative. Okay. Don't say, oh, because Mohammed chose vision, I must choose vision. No, choose whatever it is you want. Okay, be very creative about what you are building. All right, so I'm going to choose vision so you can see how it appears. Okay, and let me just go through all the pages. You can see contact page, portfolio, home. All right, contact page, portfolio, and then home. So what I'm going to do in this home page is I want to change this background. Okay, this is the default background for vision. I want to change this background, so I'm going to click on image here. Okay, you can either upload, if you have something you've designed already, you can upload it, or select. I'll choose select because I want to select from already existing images. And I'm just going to scroll, and for my home page I'll pick, let me pick this keyboard. Okay, that looks like a calculator. Let me pick this one. All right, I'll pick this one and click insert, and you can see it changes to this. It changes to this. All right, it changes to this. Okay, all right. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to do that for this other page. So let's do it incrementally. So here I want to write, instead of ordinary portfolio, I want to write have a look at my portfolio. Have a look at my portfolio. Make it engaging. All right. So here again, I'll select another image. Just the way I did. Just the way I did previously. Okay. So guys, if you are unable to build yours now, like I said, the session is recorded. If for any reason you miss out, because you may be using a single screen, and it won't be easy for you to build at the same time, minimize, and look at what I'm doing. All right, even if I'm trying to move as slowly as I possibly can. That's number one. Number two is I don't want to keep you here for more than necessary. So and that's the reason why we also asked you fill out the attendance form so that you get the recording as well. Okay. So I'm just going to select something that resonates with portfolio, maybe something like this, and I'll click on insert down here at the bottom right. Okay, I'll click on insert down here at the bottom right, and you can see, have a look at my portfolio. And then finally contact, I'll click on image again right here. Okay, if you look at my screen, all you need to do right now is look at my screen. That's my best advice for you. Instead of trying to do what I'm doing, just look at my screen right now. Later on, you could create yours. So look at my screen so you get familiar with it right now. Okay, so I'll click on image right here, click on select, and I also select something that sort of speaks to contact. Okay, let me see. I'll pick this book. Okay, this book and biro. Pick it like that, and you can see that's my contact page. Okay, that is my contact page. All right. So you can see it's looking nice. Okay, and I can keep on previewing. I'll click on that icon to preview the one I showed you earlier. This is the home page. All right, this is the home page. This is the portfolio page. All right, and this is the contact page. How cool already. It's already looking very cool. Right, it's already looking very cool. Okay, now let me go out again. I'll click on this X here to go out of the preview. So it goes back to the developer page. Now for the home page, I want to click on, for here, I want to come back here on the right hand side and click on insert. Okay, and if you look here, you have what we call content blocks. Content blocks. Now, content blocks, that's the trick behind building the portfolio itself. So your portfolio website or your website portfolio has to house content. Now, on the first page, it's simply you introducing yourself. Nothing too technical, just you introducing yourself. All right. The whole reason why we are doing this is for the second page, which is where you get to fixing your project. Okay. All right. So I'll click here. I'll click here. Okay, on home. I'll click on home. All right. I'll click on home. Okay, and what I want to do here is I want to add content block. Now you see there are different templates of content blocks that you can actually use. Okay, so depending on how you want your content to appear. Now I want a picture of myself, an image, and then a little bit about myself on the right hand side. Okay, and before you start building your portfolio, it is good to have, it is good to have something, maybe like a note where you've written out, where you've written out all of these things about yourself, about the project that you'll be building, and all of that, which I have here. So you don't necessarily have to have it online like this. You can have it anywhere written. It could be in Microsoft Word. Just have it anywhere. So this about myself and about two of my projects. Okay, two of my projects. We'll be using them later on today. But let's start with the content block. Now, for the content block, I'll pick this first one because it shows that there's going to be an image and then something on the side, the text on the side, as you can see here. All right, so I'll click on that, and you can see it adds a space for an image and a space for text. So now for this image, I'm going to upload one of my own images. So I'll click on plus sign and I'll click on upload this time. I can click on upload. You can select image or what have you, depending on what you want to do. So I'll click on upload. Okay, and I'll simply just go to pictures and look for one of my professional images. This one is professional. I'll click on this and click on open. All right, and it's going to upload it in there. Okay, it's going to upload it in there, and I can adjust it, depending on how I want it to look like. Guys, we are making progress already. We are making progress already. All right. Are we together? Let me know if you're excited. So in here, okay, in here where I have clicked to edit text, I'll click in there and type about me. I want to know whether you're learning something already. We are not done yet. We're just getting started. Okay, and you can see that this is easy to use. Okay, easy to use. All right. Okay, yeah, that's me without glasses. Okay, that's me without glasses, and with a tie. All right. So you can type about me, okay, in there. And all I need to do is to now go to the document where I wrote about myself. And all I need to do is just to copy that. Okay. So it's good if you have this handy so you don't have to type it from scratch. So I'll just copy this and come and paste it in here. Okay. Sorry about that. I'll copy this, okay, and paste it in here. All right. So you can see about me, over 5 years of experience as a data analyst and scientist, and the likes. Very easy to use. If I leave you to this, you'll be able to figure it out. But it's good I show you how to do it. So when you are doing yours, it's a lot easier. Now you can see that my picture there is just looking like a passport that I stapled on a document. You know when you staple a passport on a document, now it looks. That's how it's looking like now. Okay, so I want to make it, a little more aesthetic. Okay, I want to make this page a little more aesthetic, and for that reason, because my picture comes with, somebody says it's actually a passport. All right. Okay, great. So, because it has a dark background, I'm going to click on this icon here, select color. Okay, I'll click on this icon here on the left. Okay, and I want to select this that has a dark background and light text. So I'll click on that, and it sort of makes it, a lot more happier. Okay, I look a lot happier in my on my website. Are we together, guys? So you can see this is now making, a little bit more sense with the way it looks. Okay, guys, the attendance form is in the chat box, so don't forget to fill it out. Okay, we are making progress. All right, we are making progress. And guys, you don't need to do too much. You don't need to do too much. If you want to add something, you can add. Okay, you can add a text box. Let me show you what I mean. For example, if I want to add something under here now, I can click on text box, and I can just type whatever it is I want to type in here. Okay, if I click here, I could type. Let me do. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just take out that text box. I don't need that. The first page is just to introduce myself, and that is pretty much all. Okay, that is pretty much all. And we move to the main. Nigerians will say the main. How many of you understand what I mean by the main? The main. All right, so let's go to the main thing why we are here. All right, is to add our portfolio. So I'll go to the portfolio page. So let's play exactly the main cocoa. Exactly, Philip, thank you for that. So let's go to the portfolio page. Now, in the portfolio page, this is where I'll get to add my portfolio. Okay. Now, because I don't want to keep you guys here endlessly, I'll be adding 2 projects. Okay, I'll be adding 2 projects. All right, 2 projects, and you see how I'll add it. And you know that if you have worked on projects and you can showcase it in the manner I'll be showcasing this right here today, it's going to be very nice for you. Okay, it's going to be very fantastic for you. All right, it's going to be very fantastic for you. Are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together, guys? Okay, brilliant. That's good. Okay, great. Now, for the portfolio page, again, I want to commence by adding content. And guys, again, feel free to add content however it is you want to add it. There are so many ways you can play around with how you add your portfolio content. Okay, I could add it using that first content block. Again, the same one I used for the home page. Okay, the same one I used for the home page. I could use the same thing or use another one. Okay, it just depends on preference. Nothing too technical. It's right there for you to play around with. All right. So now I'm going to add this first content block. Okay, I'll click on this first content block. Okay, does this mean this can't work with for beginners? Don't worry, we'll get to that, Philip. Okay, we are a beginner. How do you do this? All right. The sound, the sound's quite low. Shakirat, are you on this call? Please confirm I am loud and clear. Is my audio low? Okay, Shakirat, you can hear me. Okay, fantastic. All right. So I think I'll just get on with it. Okay, I'm audible. Okay, thank you very much for that confirmation. Thank you very much. All right, so let's go ahead. Let me add this content block. Okay, and this is me adding my portfolio. Now, whenever you want to add a portfolio, you must have three things. Guys, these things that I'm mentioning are not in my, these things that I'm mentioning are not in my slides. Okay, so you want to listen very carefully and ensure to fill out the attendance form, else you'll be missing out on this. Okay, now you need to have three things for each portfolio. Number one is you need a thumbnail, a screenshot of your project. Number two is you need a description of the project, and number three is you need an interactive link. Okay, you need an interactive link, and all of them I'll show you exactly how it works. Now let's start with it, and I've prepared all of these, to facilitate building my portfolio. So let's add an image of my first project in here. So I'm going to click on this, okay, and because I have the image saved on my computer, it's a project I've worked on, I'll click on upload, okay, and that's going to pop open my my file. Okay, it's going to pop open my file. Okay, and I have it in my downloads. All right, is it my downloads? Okay, I think I have it in my downloads. Okay, I think I kept it in this folder. And here it is. Here it is. So that's the first one. So I'll click on that and click on open. Okay, and that is the project. I can adjust however I want. Okay, I can adjust it however I want. Okay, and I am happy with it like this. I am happy with it this way. So this is my first project. Can you see how fine it is? I'm not done yet, and you can see how fine it is. So I need to talk about what this project is for. So what's the title of the project? The title is sponsorship performance analysis. Okay, sponsorship performance analysis. I can reduce the font size. Okay, I can reduce the font size to, let's say, 24. All right, 24, so that it looks a little bit better. Okay, and here I'll just go to my document where I talked about the first project. So I'll just copy the project one. Okay, copy it and paste it in here. Simple, easy peasy. Paste it in there. All right, paste it in there. Okay, can you see how it looks, guys? Can we see how it looks? Okay, now I've added two things out of the three things I said there is required. Number one thing that is required is the thumbnail of the project. That's a screenshot of the project. Number two is a description of the project, which I just added. Now, number three is what I'm going to add. I'm going to add an interactive link to this particular dashboard. Okay, an interactive link. So you want the recruiter to be able to go to this dashboard and play with it. Okay, how do you do that? Power BI can do that for you. Okay, Power BI can do that for you. And let me show you an example. For example, this is one project. This is one project, okay, on Power BI service. If you want to know how to do this, these are things that our students at Navient Analytics do with ease. All right, they can build this with ease. So this is, Power BI service. This is, the project I'm talking about. Okay, if I click on File on the top left here, click on Embed Reports, and click on Publish to Web. I had published this already. Okay, so I can simply get a link. So this is the link to the web page. This particular one, this one up here, that's the link to the web page. I'll simply copy the link. Okay, I'll copy the link, and if I paste it here, okay, let me paste the link here. It's going to load up that dashboard. So if a recruiter has this link, all right, it's going to load this dashboard for them. You can see if I share the link with you guys now, you are going to be able to view this particular dashboard on your end. Okay, let me just paste it in the chat so you can interact with it if you want. All right, you can play around with it. So that's the link to the dashboard. It's like a website. Okay, so I'll get the link. I'll get that link that I pasted for you guys. All right, and I'll come here. Okay, I'm going to come here. I'm going to come here. You want to look, while you're looking at the dashboard, please look at my screen. Okay, look at my screen. Look at my screen. You can't, Philip, it doesn't give access to the back end. It just allows them to be able to interact with the dashboard, okay, so that they can actually see the dashboard you built and play with it. All right, that's why it's called an interactive dashboard. So I get that link and I insert a text box here, right under this image. Okay, I'll click on the text box and you can see the text box right here. Now, I don't want the text box to just be standing here all alone. I want it to be directly under this image. So what I'll do is I'm going to drag it and place it under this image. Can you see what's happening when I move my mouse? Okay, I need you guys to look very carefully at what's happening. You want to place it in such a way that that blue highlight is directly under the picture itself. So when I release it, okay, it's going to put the text box directly under the picture. And what I want to do here is I want to type click here to view interactive, click here to view interactive dashboard. Okay, click here to view interactive dashboard. All right, and then I highlight it. Okay, I highlight it and I want to put the link inside. So I'm going to click on this insert link, because you can't just paste the link. The link looks very clumsy itself. So you want to type something like this and insert the link. So I'll click on insert link, okay, and I'll just Control V to paste it right here. Okay, Control V to paste it right here. All right, Control V to paste it right here and click on apply. Click on apply and the link is there. So whoever comes here now, let me preview it. Let me preview it so that you appreciate the beauty. So whoever comes here and sees this page, okay, if they scroll and see this, oh, click here to view interactive dashboard. If they click on this, it's going to take them down to the dashboard. I've clicked on it, so it's loading the dashboard. Okay, the same dashboard you guys are looking at. All right, so it's going to load up the dashboard, and this is the beauty of building a portfolio, and a recruiter can actually look at it. So I hope it loads. I hope so many people may be on this right now because I shared the link with you, but it's going to load. Let's give it some time. So it will load up the dashboard, the interactive dashboard, and people can actually work with it. So so that it doesn't waste our time while it's loading. So it's still loading. While it's loading, let's come back here. All right, so I've embedded the link now. All right, so what I want to do is go back to the I want to go back to the editing page. Okay, so I think the reason is so many people are on it at the same time, and that's why it's taking time to load here. But don't worry, once it loads, I'm sure if you're able to load it, you can let me know. I think quite some people are on it, so that's why it's having a hard time to load on my end. All right, so All right, fantastic. Now you have it here like this. Now, because I want a sort of uniformity with my homepage, my homepage is sort of like a dark themed homepage. I want something similar for the portfolio page. So what I'll do is I'll click on this paint this select color icon here on the left and select style 3, and it looks something like this. Okay, and you can see how nice this is. Okay, you can see how nice this is. And this text, if you want to color it, you can actually color it. It's currently white. You can actually color it if you want it to drag people's attention. I can put it as yellow, okay, so that it is yellow there and people can actually, click on it. Okay, so let me add my second, my second um portfolio project. Okay, second project. All right, and now you can add as many projects as you want. Okay, I'll click on pages. Okay, okay, no, not pages. This is to insert page. Okay, I'll click on insert. Okay, and I want to insert another content block. So that's another content block. Click on this. Okay, what I did for the first one is what I want to repeat again. Simple, only that I'm adding a new project. All right, so I'm going to click on upload, and then it takes me here. This is the project I want to upload. The second project, I'll upload the second project just the same way I did the first one. All right, and I'll adjust it. Okay, I'll adjust it to conform with something around the first one. It should be about the same size with the first one, as you can see. Okay, and then the title of this one, I think, is Citycom Sales Analysis. Sales Analysis. All right, analysis. Okay, Citycom Sales Analysis, and I'll come here to get the about. Okay, I'll come here to get the about. Okay, copy. I'll copy it and bring it back. This is still loading. Okay, I think quite a number of people are on it. Guys, please leave my dashboard for me so that I can see. You stop sharing your screen. No, I didn't stop. Probably your network. All right, so I paste it right in here, and again I can change this to a dark theme, just the way I did for the first one. So can I see how they are flowing together? Can we see how they are flowing together? So I think I used size 24 for this. I used size 24 for this. So let's also use size 24 for this as well. Let's use size 24 for this. Okay, I'll use size 24 as well so that they are all uniform. And last but not the least, I need to add a text box so that I can include the embedded dashboard in here. Okay, I can include the embedded dashboard in here. So how do I do that? You can see I'm repeating the same thing, just the same thing I did before. Okay, so I'll click on text box. Okay, and I want to drag it to be right underneath the image, not here, not here, but here, right under the image, release it, and I have it like so. And here, I would also type, click here to view interactive dashboard. Click here to view interactive dashboard. And all I need to do is to go back to my Power BI. Okay, and go to my second project. Where's my second project? Like I said, this place that I'm coming to now, you may not know what it is. It is Power BI service. Like I said, our students play with it like, as if it's a toy. Okay, so this is the city dashboard. Okay, this is the city dashboard. All right, this is it. Let it load. Okay, I'll click on file, click on embed report, and click on publish to web. And because I published it before, I'll just get the web link. I can come here for the web link, click on copy, so it is copied. Let me paste it so that you see what happens. okay, before I paste it in the chat again for you guys to interact with, so that you can really play around with it. Okay, so you can see it's loading it. It's loading it. It's going to appear anytime now. You can see. All right. You can filter for year. This is 2018. I'll click on 2018. You can see the dashboard filters to 2018. So imagine a recruiter actually playing with a dashboard that you built like this. Okay, this is 2020. There's nothing in 2020. I think the dashboard ends in 2019. Yeah. So 2019, 2018, 2017. Okay, and you can select each product name to filter. A product 14, and you can see it filters down even more. So imagine a recruiter working with your dashboard this way. So let me paste the link for you guys so you can also look at this dashboard and let me know if it has opened in your end. So okay, so look at that second dashboard. So now that I have the link, I'm going to come back here, highlight this, okay, and click on this icon for insert link, and paste. Okay, and paste, Control V. All right, and click on apply. Okay, apply. Now this is my portfolio. Okay, okay, let me turn it to yellow also. Let me change the color to yellow, just like I did for the first one. All right, so that it's conformed. So you can see I have 2 projects. Okay, can we use Excel to do that? Yes. If you go through our students' portfolio, you see a lot of them, using Excel. So there is a workaround for Excel. All right, there's a workaround for Excel, and our students have been able to do that easily. All right. So because of the workaround, I decided to show us Power BI because it's more straightforward for you guys. Okay. So you want to get access to the Excel workaround, you know what to do. All right, so now I have 2 projects. Because of time, I would have loved to include more projects, but I'll leave it at these 2. Okay, and let me quickly go back to home. Okay, and let me add a text box down here. Okay, I want to add a text box down here. All right, and type portfolio. Okay, view portfolio. Okay, view projects. Let me just say view project. Okay, view project. Okay, view project. Let me centralize it. Okay, I'll centralize it. I'll make it bold. Okay, watch what I'm doing, guys. I'll make it bold. Let me increase the size a little bit from 11 to, let's say, 14. Okay, let's say 14. And I'm going to click on insert link. Okay, and I'll click on portfolio. Okay, portfolio, and click on apply. Now, this will take me to the portfolio page. Okay, let's preview. Let's quickly preview and see. So I preview the home page. You can see turning data into actionable insights, and you see the view project page. If I click on view project, it's going to take me to my portfolio page. So this makes it easier for the recruiters to after reading about you, they can go to your portfolio page straight, and you can see how the portfolio. Clap for me, guys, and clap for yourselves as well. Okay. So now, in fact, if I decide to stop here because of time, all right, I'm going into some of the other beautiful things that we have for today. If I challenge you with creating your contact page yourself, would you be able to create your contact page yourself? Would you be able to create your contact page yourself? If I challenge you and say, create your contact page yourself, would you be able to? It's very easy, and that's because it's simple to use. Very easy to use, nothing too difficult. You don't need any coding. Did I write any code? No. All right, I didn't write any code, and I've been able to build all of these. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll just go back to the edit page, go to portfolio. Okay, go to portfolio. Let's go to contact. Let's just add something. Let's add something very quickly. So for contacts, I could download the icons of WhatsApp, X. Maybe you have an Instagram page. You want to add all of that. You can add the icons and and the likes. Okay. So you can. Yeah, there is nothing difficult in it actually. So you can do all of that yourselves. All right. I can just simply add text. So it depends. It's very flexible. So there is no one size fits all. You can add, content like this content block. I think we've used this. You can add this double content block, okay? This double content block. You can add a triple content block. So how do you want people to reach out? Let's say you have your phone number. I could add, let's say select image. Let's look for a phone here. Let's look for a phone, okay? All right. Click on this icon. I think I have a phone image somewhere, okay? Or you can simply just say phone, okay? Phone on the internet. All right. Click on images and download. What did I type? Phone. I typed phone. All right, phone. Okay, phone. Okay, are we looking for an iPhone now? Okay, let's say phone icon. Yes, I need a phone icon. Yeah, this is what I need. All right, so I'm just gonna take this. Okay, I'll take this. Let me save. Right click, save the image. It's gonna pop up something, save image. I'll just click on save, save to my download, and then I can go to the site back and import that image. I'll upload the image. All right, go to downloads, click on the image. This is the image I just downloaded. Click on open, and it's gonna pop the image right in here. Okay, edit text. I can type in my phone number, and because this is going to go international, okay, it's gonna go international. I want to type my country code +234 703 215 8619. Okay, you can put your you can put anything you want to put depending on your contacts, guys. So it's flexible. Okay, it's flexible. It's meant for you. All right, I could add something like details in here. Okay, something like details. I could take this style. All right, for this I could use, let's try this style. Okay, this style is not bad. Okay, for contact I can also try this style just so that everything looks uniform. Okay, so I want you guys to add other of your contacts here. I've showed you how to add link. You can add a link to your personal pages, your Instagram page, add link to your Facebook page, add as many things as you want. Okay, your email and all of that good stuff. Okay, now once you are done, all right, you want to title this. You can see here it says enter site name. So I could title it Muhammad Suleiman. Okay, Muhammad Suleiman, that's my name. And I want to title this also as Muhammad Suleiman. All right. And then once I'm done, I can publish to get a link to this portfolio. So if I click on publish, okay, if I click on publish, it say publish to web, okay, publish to web, okay. It says use only lowercase letters, numbers and phrase. So it's going to be https://google.com/view. Okay, I could say Muhammad underscore Suleiman. Let's see if it's still available. Okay. All right, Muhammad Suleiman without the underscore, please, without the underscore, Muhammad Suleiman. So to let me know if it's available, you say this is a great address, but it's already taken. So my name is very popular. A lot of Pakistanis would have used this already. All right, even myself, I may have used it already. So let me add some things to it. Let's say Muhammad Suleiman, the box. Okay, the box. All right, that's available. Okay, that's available. Okay, that's available, and I can say request public search engine to not display my site. No, I can leave that. All right, make it easier for people to visit your site with custom domain like www. So that one you would have to buy that. Okay, but no issues. I just click on publish, and it is publishing. Okay, it is publishing. So once that's done, you can say your site, you can see down here, your site have been published view. So it disappeared. Okay, but now you can see because that view button popped up just for some seconds, I can come back here and click on view published sites. Okay, click on view published sites, and this is my site. Okay, this is my home page. So I can share this link on my, I can have it on my LinkedIn profile. I can have this link on my CV. I can share it with my friends. If you want to have this link handy, you can go to, if you go to a physical event, you can quickly share the link with any possible recruiters. You don't need to share a CV anymore. In fact, you can have a page on this portfolio website specifically for just your CV. Okay, so again, you can play around with this. It's your personal brand. Play around with it, customize it as much as you want. Okay, and share with us at Navient Analytics. I would love to see what you guys come up with when you're done. Play around with it. Okay, you can see. Let me share the link with you so that you can play around with it as well. Let me share the link to my portfolio website with you so you can see it. Control C, let me share. Control V. Okay, so that's my portfolio. I created it right in front of you. Okay, so play around with it. Tell me if you like it. So that is your portfolio. Isn't that brilliant, guys? So when you have something like this, okay, you have immediately ranked yourself above every other tech talent that would be, up against you for the same job role. All right, recruiters love to see that you've put in some level of effort to build stuff. Okay, this is super duper easy, nothing, no coding at all. So anybody can build it. My my smallest sister should be able to build it, even if she's still very small. What about if someone don't have any project? That's where I'm going to. So imagine you don't have any project. What's going to be in your portfolio? It's going to be empty. All right, and that is why one of the first things you need to do is you want to get yourself a skill. Okay, you don't have any project, you don't even have the skill. You need to get yourself the skill. Okay, and if you want me to recommend any skill for you in today's world, okay, I'll recommend any high in demand skill, tech skill that meets these three criteria that I have in front of me. So if you should choose any um if you should choose any web page, what am I saying? If you choose any, because you just finished building a web page, I'm saying web page up and down. Okay, now if you should choose any career path, it should meet these three criteria. It should be easy to learn. Okay, pretty much anybody can jump on it and learn it, regardless of your background, whether you studied law or you studied marketing or you studied engineering or you did not even go to school to even start with. You should be able to jump on it. Number two is it should be easy for you to transition. Easy in the sense that it is high in demand. And three career paths that are high in demand today are data analytics, data science, and business analysis. And guess what? They should also have great salary projections. Not all tech, see, a lot of people tell you, oh, I'm doing tech, I'm doing tech. Not all tech career paths pay well. So you need to shine your eyes. Okay? You need to shine your eyes. Only tech career paths that pay well are the ones you want to go for, except if you don't like money. So, okay, and if you don't like money and you are here, I could say categorically you are in the wrong place. Okay, so you are not getting into tech for the fun of it. You are getting into tech for you to make a living. All right, except if you have a different goal. Now, how do you get into the tech ecosystem? How do you become a data analyst or a data scientist or a business analyst? Do you want to know how? Do you want to know how? I'm sure you want to know how. Now, for you to get into any of these career paths, you need to be able to familiarize yourself with the skills and the tools and technologies that are in that you can see on my screen. And I'll go into a little bit more detail. Okay, but before I go into a little more details, you can see that the World Economic Forum Future of Jobs have projected that come 2030, 2027, these career paths are still going to be high in demand by an additional 30 to 35%. And this is the Future of Jobs report for 2025. And the Future of Jobs report, if you are wondering, is a report that is put together by captains of industries, billionaires. They come together to discuss, things like the future of jobs. What are the jobs that are going to be high in demand going into the future, and the ones that are going to be on the decline? What you can see on my screen are top high in demand jobs between 2025 to 2030. Data analytics, data science, big data specialist, AI and machine learning specialist, and the likes. So all of them revolving around data. So it's not link to the post you can see. Who is a data analyst? Because so many people here may not be able to tell the difference between who is a data analyst, how is it different from the data? They are differences. Are you excited to know their difference? Before I go ahead. Do you want to know their differences? Okay, brilliant. Now, for you to understand the job of a data analyst, let's start with the data analyst, okay? First, you need to understand that we have four aspects when it comes to analytics: descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive and prescriptive analytics. Now, the job of a data analyst is the first two types of analytics: the descriptive and diagnostic analytics. The descriptive and diagnostic analytics. Now, the descriptive analytics is simply telling stories, okay? Telling stories, all right? Summarizing a large amount of data into charts and visuals, just like I posted on my portfolio just now, okay? That's an example of descriptive analytics. And you can also use the same dashboard for diagnostic analytics. Diagnostic analytics is simply you taking it a step further to tell the company why some of the things that you are narrating that happened in the data happened. Why did they happen? Okay, why did those things happen? Okay, why did it happen? So that is diagnostic analytics. Okay, and in both you build reports, dashboards, you present it to stakeholders, you present it to stakeholders, okay, so that they can make decisions. So that's your job as a data analyst: descriptive and diagnostic analytics. Okay, descriptive is like telling stories, and diagnostic is explaining the story, why it happened. Are you with me, guys? Am I making sense? Descriptive is telling stories, okay, while diagnostic is explaining the story. I don't know whether you've ever watched, maybe you've watched a movie, and the person you are watching with, you have to consistently pause the movie to explain a scene to them, okay? So you see that explanation you are doing, that is diagnostic. You are telling them why some of the things that happen in that scene happen. Okay, so that's exactly what the data analyst does. All right. So and as a data analyst, you need to know a couple of things: Excel, Power BI. You saw the projects I posted in the portfolio today were just Power BI. So imagine you have projects on Excel, Power BI, Tableau, Looker Studio, SQL, and ChatGPT, and you post all of them in your portfolio. Imagine how packed your portfolio will be. All right, going on around 10 different projects, and the recruiter does not need to see your 10th project before they invite you for an interview. Okay, they see a couple of it and see how quality it is, and you're invited for an interview, and that's your story. Okay, That is your story. All right. So let's go ahead. Now, I'll come back to explain the duration of the program and the likes. Okay. But the other two types of analytics, predictive and prescriptive analytics, are the job of a data scientist, predictive and prescriptive analytics. So as the name implies, predictive analytics is the type of analytics you do to tell what is likely going to happen. Okay, what is likely going to happen. Are we together, guys? Are we together? All right, brilliant, 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 brilliant. Okay, so predictive and prescriptive analytics. Okay, predictive and prescriptive analytics. Okay, now predictive analytics is trying to tell what's likely going to happen in the future, of course, based on data that we know. Okay, for example, let me tell you this. Imagine we both work in the same company. Okay, I came today for lunch, I took rice and beans. I came on Tuesday again, it was time for lunch, I took rice and beans. I came on Wednesday, it's time for lunch, I took rice and beans again. On Thursday, I still took rice and beans. Now, if I ask you this question, can you predict what I am likely going to take for lunch for Friday? What will be your answer? What will be your answer? What will be your answer, guys? I took rice and beans from Monday to Thursday. What am I likely to take for lunch also for Friday? You would also write rice and beans, and you are correct. And that's because based on what has happened in the past, okay, I am most likely to take rice and beans again on Friday. All right. Joseph said Eba. Okay. All right. Joseph, it seems Eba is your best food. All right. So and that's the basis of predictive analytics. Okay. What has happened in the past is likely going to happen again, in the future, especially when it is recurring. So when a pattern is detected, then that pattern is likely going to be used for prediction. Okay, and after a prediction, as a data scientist, you should be able to prescribe what should be the action plan, going into the future for the company. Okay, for the company. Somebody said rice featuring beans. Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now, as a data scientist, the tool stack you need to use to build your own projects that you put in your portfolio are a little bit different. Excel, Tableau, Python, SQL, GitHub for version control, as well as ChatGPT. Okay, you can also use, as a data scientist specifically, you can also use GitHub to build a portfolio. But what GitHub is meant for is even version control. Okay, not necessarily portfolio, but yeah, you can use it to house your project as well. Okay, and hence a portfolio. So that is that about data scientist. Okay, and as a business analyst, okay, as a business analyst is a little bit different from the previous two, what your job is. Okay, now your job is sort of like a mediator. Okay, let me pick up my pen. Now this is the business analyst. Okay, don't mind my drawing, don't mind my drawing. Let's manage this business analyst for now. So this is the business analyst, and their job is to mediate between a non-technical stakeholder in a project, beg your pardon, non-technical stakeholder in a project, and on the other side you have the technical stakeholder. So a project could be on board now, let's say a website for a company. So a website needs to be viewed for built for a company. Please confirm we can all see my screen, guys. Confirm we can all see my screen. Somebody saying they can't see my screen. I want to believe it's their. It's the problem is from their end and not mine. Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, thank you very much for that. All right. So as a business analyst, let me write BA. As a business analyst, your job is to mediate between these two teams, the non-technical team and the technical team. Okay, to ensure that whatever project they want to build is a success. So you need documentation skills, you need leadership skills because you'll be leading this tech team to ensure that they meet up with the desire of the non-technical stakeholders within the project and they meet the requirement. Okay, so every single thing will be documented and tracked by you, who is the business analyst. So people, when I say this, people say, oh, well, isn't that project management? Okay, it is very similar to project management, but project management is old school. Okay, project management is old school. As a business analyst, all right, as a business analyst, you need to be able to also handle data to a reasonable extent. Are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together? Yeah. So you need to be able to handle data to a reasonable extent. Maybe not as deep as a data analyst, okay, but to a reasonable extent. And why is that? That's what recruiters want these days. Okay, that is what recruiters want these days. So recruiters who are looking to hire business analysts also want the business analyst beyond their project management skills to be able to handle data to a very large extent. All right. So what you want to do is and so many people, okay, I want to say this, so many people come to me today and say, oh, I want to become a virtual assistant. I heard that's the new, the new tech now, virtual assistant, this and that. Rather than, you seek to become a virtual assistant, why not become a business analyst? It pays you more, and you are, you can find a career growth, a growth pattern easily within your career. Okay. So, and as a business analyst, you need to know these tools: Excel, Power BI, SQL. These are the data aspect of it. And then you go into the core business analysis framework where you get to learn Jira, you get to learn Azure DevOps, you get to learn Draw.io, you get to learn ChatGPT, and so many more. And this allows you to carry out your activities, okay, like software development lifecycle, gap analysis, process mapping, the Agile methodology, which separates you from an ordinary project manager. And you would never see a project manager using the Agile methodology. Business analysts do that. Okay, and then you have the PRD, the product or business requirement document. Okay, you'll be the one to come up with that depending on the requirement of the project. And for any of the career path you choose, it's a 3-month program. Okay, it's a 3-month journey or plus a 1-month internship opportunity. All right, a 1-month internship opportunity afterwards. So in total, that's 4 months, and your classes are Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. All right, for 3 hours, you would work on real-world projects that will form your project portfolio for you in the long run. And you have the DID videos. Now, because your classes where you get to solve real-world problems are on Saturdays, we provide for you additional materials that prepare you ahead of your next class the next Saturday, so that you can prepare ahead of the class. And when you come to class, it's a lot easier for you to participate in solving real world problems, so that by the time you get into an interview, you can actually build I mean, you can actually, talk about these things and own it, like an actual job, experience. Okay, and that's how, for those of you who are asking, how do you get experience to, build a portfolio? This is how you do it. And I've included the brochure in here, so you can look at the brochure. I could also share that. Let me see if I can share it with you. So if you click on the link to the brochure, okay, let me share that with us. Okay, I'll share that with you. Give me 1 second to share that. Give me 1 second to share that. Okay, 1 minute. So I'll just share this link with us, copy it. One second to share it. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, 1 minute. So I should be sharing it now. There's some little issues on my end. I will be sharing it in a bit. So I want you to also get to look at what the content of the program actually looks like. Okay, while I explain some other things. So you can even get to make a choice. Okay, you can make a choice based on my explanation of the different career paths. All right, but I would love to know, which career path do you want to go into now that you've heard about these things? Which career path do you want to go into? Which career path do you want to go into? Okay, so type it in the chat. Which career path do you want to go into? Which career path do you want to go into? Data analytics, data science, business analysis. Okay, I would love to know. All right, data analytics, data science. Okay, fantastic. All right, so allow me to share the link with you. Allow me to share the link with you. Okay, data analytics. So many people want to become data analysts, right? So many of us actually like data analytics. All right, so let me paste the brochure now. Okay, so that is the brochure link. It will drop anytime soon. Okay, it will drop anytime soon. So like I said, how many of you want to become a data analyst? Most of us data analysts. So somebody type data analyst 3 times. All right, brilliant. So like I said, if you want to get into tech, you need a project portfolio. You need a project portfolio. Okay, you need a project portfolio. All right. You need a project portfolio. If you don't have a project portfolio, you are, let me say, it's kind of like you deceiving yourself, especially when it's regarding the tech ecosystem. Honestly, that's what I tell people. You can't say you want to get into tech without having a portfolio of projects. Okay, you have to. It's a must. It's a given. And like I said, these are the portfolios of our students. Once you get the slide, I want you to look at each and every one of them. Now, after having the technical know-how regarding your you know um, career path, okay, regarding your career path, that's not all you need. You need employability skills. Okay, you need employability skills. All right, you need employability skills to get you the job. Okay, you need employability skills, and for that reason, we've added it to what we offer at here at Nebiant Analytics. Okay, so concerning the employability skills, you have weekly guidance and mentorship, you have CV assessment and job matching, you have LinkedIn profile revamp. So you see the portfolio, the project you are posting on or you put in your portfolio, they also have to appear on your LinkedIn profile, because that may even be where the recruiters would notice your portfolio and you drag their interest. The portfolio also has to be hosted on Upwork to get you remote jobs. All right. We also offer interview preparation. If you have an interview coming up, we prepare you ahead of that interview, and it does two things for you. All right. It boosts your confidence ahead of the interview, and it gives you a head start. It gives you a competitive advantage in the job market, especially against those who will be interviewing for that same job role. And guess what we've done with the interview? Okay, the interview prep. Let me highlight it in green. For this interview prep specifically, it is, it goes hand in hand with this. Okay, it's a lifetime access. All right, you have a lifetime access to the interview prep once you join our program. You have a lifetime access to the interview prep as our alumni. Okay, you have a lifetime access to the interview preparation. So, and this is something we give you in to communicate that we actually are geared and existing to get you into the tech space and nothing else. Okay, you also have what we call technical support session. So the technical support session exists, to eliminate any gray area that you may have every week. So after class, we may have some areas that you don't really understand, and for that reason, you may hit a roadblock. So whatever roadblock you hit, we are here to help you circumvent it so that you don't carry it to the following week. All right, you don't have to carry it to the following week. On top of that, you have a 1 month internship, like I mentioned earlier, and you get access to our reference and recommendation letters. And this is very pivotal in landing a role. So after you ace the interview, you've impressed the recruiter. The recruiter would need somebody to recommend you. So how we do this is, once you join us at Nebiant Analytics, we allow you to use Nebiant Analytics as your current workplace, okay, your current experience. So as you're in Nebiant Analytics, you are racking up experience from day one. And by the time you're done with the program, you've racked up experience, you've done, quite a number of projects, and you can talk about these things as if they are work experience, actual work experience in your interviews. Okay, so once you've aced your interview, they would have to ask for recommendation. And because you've used us as your current workplace or one of your experiences, they reach out to us for a recommendation letter on your behalf. And we do a very great job in writing a compelling recommendation and reference letter so that you ace the offer. Okay. Now, people have actually joined our programs and gotten jobs. Okay, and people are still getting jobs. All right, you have Lebura Olawale, you have Uduak Basi. You can connect with them on LinkedIn. You can listen to them when you get the slide. I won't bore you with the video. Okay, you have Amaka Anyago. You have so many beautiful people. You have Joshua Basa. You have Itaramba Stevie. You have Kichika, Mwaneka, Magdalene, and Beatrice. These are people who have passed through the program, gained value. This is a little bit more about some of them. Very wonderful experience they had after registering for our program, and gone on to their jobs. We've also we've impacted the society at large, and for that reason we'll be featured on Tech Cabal and Business Day. These are top tech boards, upon which if you find any tech brand, you should actually sit down and listen to them. I've included all of the links there, so you can actually view it yourself when you get the slide. Okay, now to the big question, or to the big announcement. How many of you want to join our program starting 5th of April 2025? How many of you want to start 5th of April 2025? Is just around the corner. Okay, 5th of April is just around the corner. Okay, 5th of April 2025, you can uh, start. Okay, fantastic. Just type I want to in the chat so that I know that you want to and I can speak to you. So now I want to speak just to those who are interested in starting their journey April 5th, 2025. So if you have typed I want to, you are the ones I'm speaking to now. Okay, now this is why I said I have a special announcement. Okay, and if you remember at the beginning of the program, I said if you are a lady and you are here today, you are lucky. Because guess what? We are in the month of the women, okay? The International Women's Month, the month of March. And for that reason, we as a brand want to give back to the society, especially the women, to support them in getting into the tech space. Okay, because guess what? You are already disadvantaged as an African, and even more at a disadvantage as a lady. So how do we change that narrative on the long run? It is in doing programs like this and offering special offers to our women. So there is a special offer in commemoration of the International Women's Day and in essence the International Women's Month. Okay, and for that reason, all right, for that reason, this is it. Ordinarily, okay, fee of the program, not just data analytics, okay, regardless of each of them, I mean any of them that you choose. Okay, let me write it here so that you see it. Okay, data science. Okay, my handwriting is better than this in real life. Okay, data science. The data analytics people want. That is why you're seeing just you're seeing just data analytics. So don't mind my handwriting. Okay, you have data science and then you have business analysis. Okay, so each of them, okay, regardless of which one you choose, the prices are the same. So ordinarily the prices go for 350,000 naira. Okay, but if you're on this call right now, especially if you are a lady, you won't be paying 350,000. Okay, you have a whooping 50% discount. A 50% discount never happened before, may never happen again. So count yourself lucky to be here. 50% scholarship on our courses, on all our courses, and instead of paying 350,000, you'd only be required to pay 175,000 naira. As if that is not enough. Okay, it is as if that is not enough. Guess what we did? We are offering this on an instrumental package. All right, a possible 3 installment package. Okay, a possible 3 installment package. If you want to secure your discount now, okay, all you need to do is you pay 25,000 naira down payment and that secures your discount. So you are guaranteed a 50% discounted slot by making a payment of 25,000 naira. And then before the classes start in April, March ending, and guess what? We're already in March ending. All right. So before the classes start, you then top up with the second part of the payment, which is 100,000. And with that, you get to start the class April 5th. Okay, so the deadline for that will be April 5th. So you get to start the class in April. And then 1 month into the program, April ending, you then top up with the 50,000 naira final installment. So it means that you can start the class with just 125,000 naira. With just 125,000, you can get yourself started in tech, come April 5th. All right, let me erase that. Okay, so with just 125,000 naira, you can get yourself started, and then you get to balance up 1 month into the program. And for you to do that, very easy. And again, this is just going to be for only 20 people on this call. Not more than 20 people will be able to, secure this. So if you want to secure the discount, all you need to do is to um, make a direct transfer. Somebody saying match ending is too short for me. Is that the excuse you give to not get into tech? Okay, is that the excuse you give to not get a lifetime access to some of our offerings? All right, is that the excuse you give not to change your financial position heading into this year 2025? 2025 is fast spent. All right, so rather than giving excuses, okay, go ahead, secure your slots, put it behind you, get into tech. You won't get this kind of support from other training brands. And let me tell you, you go to other training brands, after your class, if you ask them they won't even offer you the recordings to start with. So if you venture asking them that, oh, can I get the recording to my previous classes? They'll tell you to pay extra to get your your recordings. Okay, but we don't do that here. All right, we don't do that here. You have a lifetime access to the recordings. As if that is not enough, you have a lifetime access to interview preparation. Go around, nobody will give you that. Okay, and if you see anybody giving you that, not at the rate at which Navient Analytics would offer it to you. So all you need to do after securing your slot, send me a DM on WhatsApp 0703-215-8619, and I will personally walk you through the second step in the enrollment process. Okay, I will personally walk you through the second step in the enrollment process. 0703-215-8619. Shakirat, please provide the details in the chat box so people can easily make a copy of it. All right. So who is securing their discount? If you want to secure a discount, send me a DM now. Okay, send me a DM, or if you have secured your discount, okay, tonight. If you have secured your discount tonight already, send me a DM on WhatsApp. That's my phone line. Okay, that's my phone line. 0703-215-8619. Okay, 0703-215-8619. All right. All right. So if you've secured your discount, let me know in the chat box. 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 All right. Let me know in the chat box. Okay, secured. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay, great, great. Okay, okay, brilliant. So you can see now in the chat all of the details you need, including the bank details. All you need to do is, okay, make the installment, okay, the first installment, and a slot is guaranteed for you. Send me a WhatsApp DM immediately after 0703. I'll put it in the chat again. 0703-215-8619. If you secure your slot tonight, send me a DM. If you secured your slot before, you don't need to take any action again. You must have been sent a confirmation email by now, and you must have been discussing with one of my team members already. So for those of us who are yet to secure their discount, secure it now. Okay, now it's a now or never, because by March ending, this 50% discount is going to be off the table. Okay, or instead of this ordinary off you are seeing here, it will be off the table, so you won't get it again. All right, and just to let you in on the secret, the prices are going to be reviewed after, so you will not even get it for 350,000 naira afterwards. So you may not know exactly how much you are saving right now by taking the discount. Okay, so take the discount, okay, and thank me later. Take the discount today and thank me later. Okay, so my phone has started buzzing with DMs. Ensure to send me a DM, and so ensure to send me a DM in my WhatsApp once you secured your slot tonight. Just for those who secure their slot tonight. If you've secured your slot before, congratulations. You're welcome. Okay, secure a slot tonight. There's a whole lot to to benefit. So just as a way of reiterating um the discount is a 50% off. Instead of 350, you get to pay this installment package. Okay, so guys, any questions? If you want to ask me questions in the next 8 minutes while people are securing their discounts, are sending me DM. So if you've sent me a DM already, don't worry, immediately after the call I would respond to you. So just send me a DM with the receipt of payment, and I'll walk you through the next steps immediately after the call. Okay, I'll walk you through the next steps immediately after this call ends. So if you have any question, either you raise your hand. So okay, Kichuku, your hand is raised. Let me allow you to unmute. Give me a second. All right, so you can unmute your mic, Kichuku. I saw your hand up. You can mute your mic and speak.
All right. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing tonight? How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for the insight so far. It's been a nice
Fantastic.
one. Yeah, good evening to everyone who's here. I can see we have 44 people still here now. So good evening to everyone. I got everything you said, but I've got a challenge a little bit.
Okay.
Can I go?
You want to share?
It is the class timing, Saturday by 11 a.m.
Okay.
Is there any other timing except that? Because by that time I'll be at work.
Okay, fantastic. Very good concern.
One challenge I'm going to have. So if I'm going to attend classes by that time, it means that I'll be dodging work, and I don't know for how long. So I don't know if there's any other arrangement for this in regards to timing. That's the question I want to ask.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Okay, very good question. All right, very good question. I want to believe you can hear me now. We have a lot of people like yourself who are currently benefiting from all our offerings, and what we've done is we have a multi-layer support that ensures that even if you for any reason miss a class, you can actually catch up. Okay, so one of the ways we've done that is this, and let me show you so that I'm not just talking. So I'm gonna show you what the platform looks like once you register. So once you register, just to answer your question practically, so I'm not just talking, right? And you are just imagining. So once you register, you get onboarded into one of these classes that you can see on my screen. So these are classes that are existing and have existed in the past. So I'll just go to the most recent class that started this month, March, and the March cohort. So once you get onboarded, okay, once you register, you'll be put into one of these classes. You can see they had their second Excel live class this past weekend. All right. And guess what? Before the class, you would have two materials. The login details will be provided. So all you need to do is to come to this platform click on the login detail and enter into the class by clicking on this link. Okay, the class held on Saturday. So if I click it now, I'll not meet anybody in class. Okay, now you would also get access to the material, the class material. And let me show you what the class material looks like. Okay, it's a PDF, and it contains some of the basic things you need to understand, as well as the case study. You can see employee performance and retention analysis. So there is a problem you want to solve. Let me enlarge it so you get to see. So a multinational company wants to analyze employee performance and retention patterns. There is a problem at hand you want to solve. There is a clear objective to solving the problem, and you learn by solving problems. So it's not just theoretical, it is highly practical. So you'll be solving real world problems, and that's how you get the experience. Now, to your question, okay, the third thing that will be provided, and this would come after the class, is the class recording. So while you are in class, the class will be recorded. So if for any reason you miss the class, guess what? All you need to do is to come here, and you can see it was posted on the same day. So immediately after the class is done, a couple of hours later, the recording would also be available, and it will be posted here on this platform. Okay, and guess what? All you need to do is to come here and click on this link, and you'll be able to rewatch the class. Now, after rewatching the class, if you have any issue, you have a direct access to your facilitators. You can reach out to them on the WhatsApp group, and you can see that's the class taking the class. Okay, all I need to do is to come here. Okay, and you can see the same material that I was presenting. That's what she's presenting in class. Okay, and then if I go a little bit further, you can see she's now in Microsoft Excel, showing them exactly how to do stuff, how to solve actual problems. Okay, so practically solving problems in class. Now, if after watching this I have some issues, all I need to do is to reach out to Dorcas. Okay, and that's her right there. I can reach out to her because we'll be in the same group. If after that you still don't understand, you still have technical support sessions on Tuesdays. So on Tuesdays, weekly, in the evening, 9 to 10 p.m., you have what we call technical support sessions. So all the issues you have, especially around working on your laptop, you come there, you present your screen, and your facilitator would help you circumvent any issue that you have. As if that is not enough, you can reach out to them. They are highly patient. Okay, they are highly patient, and they'll be willing to help you any day, anytime. Okay, any day, anytime. So yours is to reach out to them and be willing to learn, and that's all. Okay, so I hope that works for you, Ikechukwu. That is what so many people have been using, especially those that, like yourself, have some engagement, but they still want to benefit from the program. Okay, we've made this available to them, and the good thing is that after your program has ended, you are still going to have access to these videos, these materials. Nothing is going to happen to them. You have access to all of these good materials. Okay, so that is exactly what it is. You don't need to raise your hand. Ikechukwu, you can unmute. I already engaged you, so you can unmute and speak, please.
That's good. If all that is possible on the platform. One other question is, can one actually download the class videos and then watch later, or must I have to be online to watch it? Because so sometimes one will just, I have 1 hour to spare maybe before going to bed. Let me watch the videos and do some task without having to be online or use your data. So are the videos downloadable? It would be very great if the videos could be downloadable.
All right, fantastic. All right, very good question. Now, the videos, the platform has a specific feature that helps you save data, and that is your save offline feature. Now, your save offline feature saves the video for you in such a way that you don't, if you go to rewatch it, you don't need to use your data to rewatch. All right. So it's going to be saved for you offline. Okay. Now, the reason for that is this. Imagine you paid for a program, okay, and you have access to this program, and someone else start to gain access to the program, okay, because you downloaded the files to your local system. um, it's going to be unfair on you who paid to join the program and on the brand because that is intellectual property. Okay, so the way we've done it is, and that's why we use the platform that we use, Google Classroom. So you have a feature that allows you to save offline so that whenever you go there to watch it, okay, you don't have to use any data. You can turn off your data and still watch it offline. All right. So that is how we've helped people to circumvent that particular issue of data saving. I hope that answers your question. All right, fantastic. So by all means, I want to see you in class April 5th, Ikechukwu. Or have you already secured your discount? Have you already secured your discount?
I'm hoping to do that, Asap.
So can you say that again, please?
I'm hoping to do that ASAP.
Okay, all right. So you carry that out ASAP, to use the same words that you used so that you don't miss out on the offer. Okay, so I'll take one more question from Isaiah. So for the 3 months, our class is going to hold on Saturdays only. What would happen on Saturdays are your live classes where you solve real world problems. On Sundays, you're going to get DID videos. These videos are short sets of videos that prepare you ahead of the next class on Saturday, so that when you come to class, you have a little bit of idea, okay, on what the problem you're going to be solving entails and what you'll be doing. So on Saturdays is not a class where you come and learn theory. If there are any theories at all, it will be in the DID videos. Saturdays are predominantly for you to work on projects that can actually be in your portfolio. So, and it also serves as experience for you. Okay. Tuesdays, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's where you have the support session. If there are any gray areas, you get to circumvent that in that session. And then on Thursdays, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., you have your mentorship session. Okay, I talked about the employability services that we give you, CV job matching, salary negotiation, mentorship. All of that happen in that session, and you are able to learn some soft skills, how to even introduce yourself in a professional setting, especially in the tech world, okay, because it's a different ball game entirely, and all of these good stuff. Okay, so these things will be covered in that session, and you do that for a period of 3 months. You get all the experience and value that you have. And after the 3 months, you still have access to us. You have access to your training materials. You can reach out to the facilitators for help. Ongoing support pretty much just because you are part of our alumni group, okay, or our alumni community. So that is that about that. So I hope I answered the question, Isaiah. Okay, and have you secured your discount? Have you secured your discount already? So slots are going. As I was answering all the questions, I had been receiving quite a number of DMs, okay, with the receipt of payment. So you want to be part of this. This is the time. There is no other time. There's not going to be a better time to get into tech. That today. Okay, Isaiah, congratulations. Then congratulations on securing your discounts. Even last Wednesday, that's good. All right, so and guys, this is the point where I'll be calling it a day, okay, or a night rather. Okay. if this is what you want to do, there is no better time. So don't sleep on it, okay? Don't sleep on this. This is not something you sleep on, okay? It's either you want it or you don't. So if you want it, go for it, okay? And thank me later. It's gonna be one of the best things that will ever happen to you. And I tell people for free that look, one of the best things that ever happened to me is getting into tech, because after I got into tech, I was able to work remotely from my home. And I've been doing that for the past almost 5 years now. And it's giving me so much flexibility, unreal flexibility when it comes to work-life balance. So, guys, don't sleep on this. Take advantage of the 50% discount. Like I said, it's a one-off. It's not gonna, you're not gonna see this kind of discount again. All right. So this is the point where I'll say, cheers, guys. You have my contact. Reach out to me, and let's take it up from there. Cheers.